Hello, welcome to Closet Coaching. I want to speak to anyone who is a parent who is working on recovery and untangling food guilt and is concerned about their children because they're afraid that their children are going to, if they're bringing all these like fun foods back into the house, and their children are constantly wanting to eat them because kids do, what's that going to do to my child? And sort of the fears, the clean eating sort of mentality, the wellness fears that we have around raising kids with candy around or sugar around. And the first thing that I feel like I've learned from this process was that the more I was concerned about keeping my kids in a clean eating household, the more obsessed they were with food in general. And like the more I was doing the opposite. So while I was, I did have the benefits of like exposing my kids to lots of vegetables and fruits, and like my kids understood what it meant to eat nutrient-dense food, they also had a really bad relationship with like real life foods that were coming into contact with, like in school or at birthday parties or whatever. My kids were the ones that when we would go to like a party or a play date, they didn't want to play with the kids. They wanted to be by the table or in the kitchen eating food. They were like, food, we have access to this food we never see, we're never allowed to have, I'm going for it. And that's what they would do the whole time. And it used to just like make me I would be so upset. And I was convinced that like my kid's a food addict, like, look, this is genetic. And what it was that they didn't have access to food either, like, because I withheld it and I judged it, and they knew it because I wasn't saying that's bad, that's good, but I was saying that's healthy, that's not healthy in this tone, which conveyed like there's a judgment when you choose this kind of food versus when you choose this kind. And if they wanted Oreos because they saw it at school, I'd be like, oh, Oreos are bad, you always have GMOs, like you can't blah, 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 blah. And like they heard that and they internalized that, and suddenly Oreos became something they really, 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 really wanted. That's a reality of life that we're not raising our children in the absence of fun foods. Like there's going to be fun foods, and if they're judged, our children will absorb that and they will want it all the more. There are accounts out there that are specifically geared towards raising children in diet culture and not having the food guilt move into their generation, and how to navigate this, which I will link after, after the closet coaching. But overarching message to say that the more your kids understand that food is accessible, and that doesn't mean it has to be like your pantry has to be full of foods that make you want to scream, right? But like that there is some sort of level of access to them when they crave them, and that they feel free to ask for things and know that they're going to receive it, and additionally have nutrient-dense food at their disposal. This is the kind of balance that will foster a healthy relationship with food. And we're actually doing more harm by keeping all the nutrient-dense food in their area, accessible to them, and steering them away from this other food. Ultimately, they're not going to know how to navigate a relationship with food when they're older, if we're micromanaging it for them now and making them feel bad about wanting things that are perfectly human to want. So this is a very large concept for a very short closet coaching episode, but I hope that takes you somewhere with it for anyone who has been asking or interested or raising kids or thinking about it. And I'll see you tomorrow.